What is going on, guys? Johnny here, coming at you with another gaming video. Today we're going to be talking about the best epics in Infinite Warfare. Now, when I say best epics, I do mean these are the most fun to use, and these change the gun in every way. It's a completely different gun, essentially. It's a new experience, and it's just super fun to use. And these guns, they do work. I mean, they do perform well. So let's just jump right into it. This is in no particular order. The first gun we have on here is the R3KT, the Wrecked. So now this gun, it's supposed to be a 3-round burst, or at least that's what the base weapon is, but not anymore, okay? It's because the epic perk on this gun is called Breakpoint. So what that does is it takes the 3-round burst and it turns it into a fully automatic assault rifle. So now let's just talk about this a little bit, because there are a few things with this. First off is it has half the fire rate of the base R3K. So the base R3K, or any rarity that is 3-round burst, shoot at about 900 RPM. So that's crazy fast. This shoots at about 455, I believe it was, so like approximately half. And I'm completely fine with that because, one, the recoil is really easy to control, and two, if I had a full auto weapon with a 900 RPM, it would just be all over the place. I would not like it either using it or having it used against me. So I think that's just great. And the reason why this gun is on the list is because I'm gonna dare to say that it's a better Volk at range. Okay, so now let me explain what I mean. The Volk is a little better in a few ways, in that it does fire faster and it does have more damage. That being said, just look at these recoil patterns. Okay, so that was the Wrecked with the grip, and the Volk Greed, which has the stability perk with a grip too. So as you can see here, that the Wrecked recoil pattern is mostly just vertical. It's really easy to control. I wasn't pulling down on the right analog stick at all. And as for the Volk, it's kind of all over the place. So at range, it's going to be a little harder to hit those shots at those medium to long and extended ranges. That is where the Wrecked really shines, because that recoil is really easy to control, and it's almost a laser if you have that sort of accuracy, which is really cool in my opinion. So that's why I'm saying it's a better Volk. The Volk, however, is still a great gun. As a matter of fact, it takes the number 2 spot on this list with the Volk Goliath. So now the Volk Goliath is arguably my favorite semi-automatic weapon in the entire game. I mean, I know there's only 3, but this is my favorite by far. Actually, there's no arguing about it at all. So let's talk about it. The epic perk on this gun is called Spike. So each bullet deals more damage, but at a decreased fire rate, making it a semi-automatic weapon. So I like this. The damage profile goes from 3430 damage to 5646. So that means at those long to extended ranges, it's going to be either 2 or 3 shots to kill. And I really like this only because recoil is just straight up. You know, it doesn't straight left or right the way it does with the Wrecked. It's just completely all the way up. It's a straight line up, so that's super easy to control. And the way I run this is I run it with the quick draw, stock, and particle amp. So that's the way I like to run this. It's amazing. One thing I don't like though is that in any core game mode, even with the Faraday slug, it will never be a one-shot to the head. One single bullet does not deal enough damage to get that multiplier to send it in over 100. So that's what blows. However, in like tactical TDM or in hardcore, it's always going to be a one-shot to the head, which is really cool if you do play those. So now let's move on to the next one, and that is the ERAD Cyclopean. So that was actually my first video on this channel, or the first video to you guys. I have other videos that are private because they just suck so bad. But let's talk about this. Before we do, I just want to say that in the last video I had no real stats. I only had the in-game stat bars to go off of, which we all know that those are complete falsities, to be nice about it. But now I have some real stats on me, so let's talk about it. The fire rate on this guy is 1200 RPM. That's 1,200 rounds per minute, and that is stupid quick. However, it does have 4 different damage profiles, and they're pretty low damage. Okay, so it deals 19, 16, 12, and 10 damage at range. So, I do want to talk about that just a little bit, because at that range you can definitely tell that it's dealing 10 damage. It still kills really quick because of that fire rate. However, you're not going to want to use this at medium to long, and definitely not extended ranges, only because the range has been decreased by 20%, maybe 15. I forgot which one it was, if I'm not mistaken. This gun really does shine in close quarters to maybe medium range combat. And so I say maybe only because of that fire rate. It does have a bit of a kick, so an optic sight is recommended. I don't run it. However, this gun, I know there are better ERADs in the game. Any other ERAD really at range and arguably up close is better, but this gun is just fun to use and there's nothing else like it. And people are actually pretty intimidated by this, because you know, if you've been shot by this, that it's completely just blinding, so that really blows. So this gun is really fun to use and definitely worth the 4,000 salvage. So now let's move on to the next gun, and that is the Reaver. So the Reaver is the RPR Evo, except aesthetically and by the name, it's a throwback to the OG COD Ghost Reaver. So this one really, it just shoots a little faster, or not a little faster, it's definitely noticeable that it shoots faster. I mean, it's, dude, it melts. I do want to say that this is not my SMG of choice, only because sometimes that recoil can be just a little bit unpredictable. For the most part, it's pretty manageable. If you can manage the Hornet, you can manage any gun in the game, to be honest. But this gun, other than just shooting faster and looking like the OG Reaver, there's nothing really else that's special about it, besides the fact that it melts, because it does have that increased fire rate, which it's called Reckless, and that's the perk. Let's just move on. And next we have the Mauler Sentinel. So now this gun is my favorite LMG. I really enjoy using it because people get easily intimidated when they see you running at them with this. So now the epic perk on this gun is called Slicer, and let me see if I can explain this. Maybe you'll just look at the gameplay and that'll be way easier to understand than me just talking about it. So whenever you take one shot, you see 5 bullets leave the barrel, okay, and they're stacked on top of each other, just vertically, just going at them, kind of like a knife, hence the perk Slicer. But your ammo count goes down by 1. So now this is not completely broken. It does take 2 shots to kill at all ranges, but you're not guaranteed to hit them with only 2 shots because it does have a weird recoil pattern. So now let's talk about it. This gun deals 10 damage with every bullet. So 1 shot is going to deal 50 damage and 2 shots is going to deal 10, but like I said, at those extended ranges, those bullets are going to spread vertically away from each other, so it will take more than 2 shots. Unless you're up close to them, then yeah, go for it. I do want to say that this gun does not have a laser sight, and good. I mean, I don't know where a laser sight would come in helpful because the spread is completely vertical. It's not circular in any way. This gun is really fun to use. Like I said, it's something different. And last but not least, we have the Reaver machete. Actually, no, there's another gun after this, I'm sorry. And next we have the Reaver machete. So now, I thought about not including this in the list, only because you can't craft this, because it's locked behind the paywall known as the Quartermaster Collection, which is exclusively in supply drops, which that really blows. I mean, this is a really fun gun to use, and it sucks that not anybody can get it. I mean, I think the RNG on this gun is pretty decent because I see a lot of people running around with it. However, not as many as I see running around with a flatline or a chaos or anything of the sort. So this gun, dude, it's just super fun. I mean, whenever you melee somebody, they just explode. And if you want to be a super douche, run this with quick draw, suppressor, and smart shot. They will have no chance. It is super fun to use, it really is, and just, I love it, it's amazing. So now the last gun on the list is actually the EBR 800 Bomber. So now for those of you who played Black Ops 3, this is the PO6. That's all it is, it's the PO6. It plays the same, it feels the same, it handles the same, it fires the same. There's that same weird little delay that gives you just enough time to align your shot, and I love it. This gun is really fun to use. I run it with quick draw and ballistic CPU, because that idle sway is kind of gross. So that's something to think about if you are going to consider using this weapon. This gun is definitely worth the 4,000 salvage. It's super fun. I love it. People get mad. Just watch the gameplay. It speaks for itself. And thank you guys for watching so much. It means a lot for you to be watching me, a dude with only 4 videos and 15 subscribers. That means a lot. Consider dropping a like and a comment. Let me know what you want to see. I will be uploading more consistently now that I established a set schedule. So starting from Monday on, or today on, I am recording this on Sunday, you can expect 3 videos a week for those of you who do watch consistently. And I just gotta say thank you so much for taking a chance on me, essentially. Have a great day.